I'm already getting carried away, so I'm like, I better start this video before I'm done with the whole freaking project. Look at the yarn I have. I already, like, obviously opened all the mail. This. It's kind of hard to like guess how much yarn I need for a particular design. I got this mug. Let me show you. Let me just take you with me. I got this mug that Lion Brain has like this thing already, this image already on their site if you want to go check it out. But it says, how much yarn do you need? So it'll say like the different types of projects here, and then the different weights of yarn that you want to work with, and it'll give you like a little rough estimate, you know? So that helps. And then if I look on like, I'll look for other projects like that are for this, I'm making a crochet t-shirt. And so I'll look up like crocheted t-shirts and get like a rough estimate on how much yardage other people may have used in their project. Now it's going to be different based on, you know, what stitches I use and whatnot. So, and then sometimes I just feel like I end up using all of what I ask for because I see what I got and I'm just like using it. I really don't like to have extras of it, but we'll see how this one goes. I think I'll have extra. Good. So what I'm using is Lion Brand 24/7 cotton in the colorway well, white, black, and I believe lime. Yes, lime. I could not, I'm a mess today. I could not resist this. So it says, so then I look on here too, like, okay, so I'll look on here and be like, it has a, has the yarn weight. Will it focus? Probably not, but you can roughly see it. It has the yarn weight, it has needles, and then it has a hook. So then it'll tell you a suggested size. If it would focus, you would know, but it'll give you like a suggested size of needle and hook and how many stitches and rows that would make. But you know, we all have different gauge, so you have to swatch yourself anyways. I made a small attempt at a swatch, and at first I wasn't liking it, so I frogged like the whole swatch. And then I was like, I'm just gonna start and see how it goes. And so I started this last night. This is gonna be one panel, and I kind of just roughly I had a baggy shirt on last night, so I kind of just roughly like stood up, and I was like, from one seam to the other seam. This one doesn't even have any seams. From one seam to the other seam, and I kind of like chained it to see how that would be. So this is roughly that. So I will make another seam on these sides, but I ended up going up on the suggested hook size. So I'm using 4.5 millimeter. I love this hook. And I also already made the collar, which I did the same thing. So I looked roughly on my shirt, and like I said, it was another bigger shirt I was wearing, but I don't want it to be all up on my neck. I wanted it to have some space. So I think this is good. It still will cover like a bra and not choke me. Slip stitch double brim. Oh, that's upside down. It's this way. And I got a floof on it. Okay, so this is gonna be one panel. I'm gonna make another panel. I'm thinking it's going to be drop sleeve, and then I'll add more of the line to make ribbing on the sleeves and on the bottom. It is the same day. I got out of pajamas way earlier today, but it's now evening. I don't always get out of pajamas, so yes, but I've been doing the reels and I decided to get a little dressed, just a little. I don't even know why I came on here and started blabbing about that. You don't care about that? Hello? Panel 1 done. It looks like a little blanket or a little pillow cover, right? I don't have anything on the bottom. See, this is what I'm thinking, okay? So I want the sides to both have like this lime seam. I want the shoulders to have the lime seam, and then this will help seam the collar on. So I think I am gonna need a little bit of shaping. So I think that this is gonna be the back panel. But what I was gonna say is that also on the bottom here, I left it blank because, I wanna do slip stitch ribbing on the bottom too, I believe, so that we can have some uniformity. I might do slip stitch ribbing on the sleeves too. And I'm thinking that it should have a bit of a drop like cap sleeve once this is attached. So we'll see how it goes whenever I get the shoulders seamed. I hope that it isn't too thick and that it still has a decent amount of drape, but it should have a bit of structure too. So I'm thinking here, and then these will go in obviously to seam here. And I'm thinking in the front panel, I'm gonna have it like square a little bit. So we'll have to work up a little bit on both sides. I'm not fully sure how much I want to skip. On that note, back to work. Oh, back to work. Okay, it's another day, like the next day, I believe, since I recorded last. And I've finished the panel, the front panel. I gave myself like 10 inches here because, I don't know, I felt like that was a pretty good number. And I gave myself the little shoulder things here. So we'll have like a little bit, like I said, a little bit overlap of a cap sleeve. But I do feel like this is a bit firmer of a fiber. It is cotton. It's called 24/7 cotton. And it's a category 4. And it's 100% mercerized cotton. So it's got a little extra shine to it. Usually mercerized cotton does, at least, is what I'm trying to say. But these colors are the best part about the 24/7 cotton. You got so many color options. I couldn't get over this lime, so that's why I ended up choosing it. But I also think it's going to be very durable for, wearing at the racetrack for me. And yeah, a good transitional piece. I would traditionally say that this is a great fiber for bags, really, versus garments. But I think I'm gonna like this. It's unique. It's very unique. And because of the construction of the way that the fiber is done, it's like a chainette almost. So it's probably the one cotton that you can use that's not gonna be so splitty. So it's very stress-free to use. I do find that it is, so structured that it can, because the way I keep tension is with my finger right here. So I do have one of these Clover knitting guides. I don't know why they call it a knitting guide, but whatever. Because I use it crocheting too. So I have it on the tip of my finger, and excuse me, I feed the yarn through right there, and it's less likely to leave an indentation in my finger. So I would say this thing is pretty valuable and worth it if you're going to use this. if that's the way you hold your tension. If you like pinch it or whatever different technique that you use, maybe you don't need it. Anyway, so I was like thinking back and forth whether, square here, or should I like diagonal decrease, like decrease here, or when I say decrease, like less, golly, why can't I come up with words? Less checkerboard sections, checkerboard. That was another thing. At first I was disappointed in that this technique, because I didn't really want to use like a tapestry or Fair Isle type at all. I didn't want to carry yarn the whole way. So there is a little bit carrying down the side, but it's great. It's great. So that's why we're getting a bit of a row look, because it takes like 2 rows to get, you go down and then you come back and you can pick up the next color, down, back, same thing. Okay. So that's how it creates these rows, but I really didn't want like a row look. I wanted more of a checkerboard, but in the full view of it, I dig it. So I'm going with it. I think I'm still getting the same aesthetic and I'm still taking off from the inspiration, but it's not like an exact replica. And I'm coming up with my own numbers, by the way. But I mean, obviously, that's the whole thing of designing. So like I was saying, as far as like the decreases here, I was thinking, okay, so I could have like went further here and then less and less and less, like till it was like went diagonal here and it was a bit smoother, although it would probably be jagged more and I could pick up through that. But I think that this makes it easier for 1, grading, and for 2, assembling, like as far as seaming goes. And I do think that the slip stitch ribbon collar is going to, I think it's going to be help make this forgiving. And I kind of like the idea of a square neck anyway. So if it does end up squaring up here, we'll see how it goes. Excuse me. I had taco casa and apparently my indigestion is getting to me. This is real life, y'all. I'm a real human. So we have natural things that happen in our life at 36. It's okay. You know what I mean. So here's my back panel. I am about to seam the shoulders to it. I'll have like a little front and back. And then once I get the shoulders on, I think I'm going to go straight into the neckline. And then I will do the sides. Just because I want to see the neckline first. And if it's something that, if I don't like the neckline, I can take it apart, take the shoulders and the neckline apart here, and then I can create more of the curve that I was wanting. But I really, really love this so much. It has been a joy designing this. Then I have to get to the writing part. The amount of writing that I've done with while I'm making this is that much. Like I started out pretty good, keeping down all the info. I'm just more of a person that makes the sample and then goes off my sample to write the pattern. Because I feel like I can change so much while designing that I'm doing double the work if I'm writing the design before and working off my own pattern, or if I'm writing the design as I'm going. See, like, what if I do this and then the neckline doesn't work and then I have to frog the whole thing, and I would have wrote all the directions and that would have wasted my time. So everybody works in their own way, but this is my way. I make the sample and then I write the pattern. It just happens that way, but then I end up dreading the computer side of it all. I guess everything can't be great. Like everything can't be fun. It's got to have some work aspect to it. It'll be okay though. I mean, it's rewarding when other people get to make from my designs. And it does fill me with pride to see a blank sheet of paper become like something of substance that I created from my own brain. That's the coolest thing about design. So one of. Here I go for seaming. The dogs had to wait for me to get this all seamed up, so we're all coming outside to have a little dance party. A little dance party. It's all working out. I'm okay with it. I do feel like now that I'm looking at it closely out here, have a little bit of a ripple, yeah? I don't know. I'm still gonna go with it. I'm gonna seam the sides up. We're gonna see how the fit goes. I might need, should I seam it up or should I take some of this out? How is this fabric gonna lay once I wash it? I feel like it's gonna be good. I feel happy about it, but now I'm unsure. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of length here when I do the bottom ribbing. I love it so much. I mean, look at that. I think I'm into it. So I think I'm gonna cinch these up here. It's looking like a t-shirt to me. To me, it looks like a proper t-shirt. So I wanted to have the like positive ease in it to be like a t-shirt, like loose fitted, not, I like the boxy shape, I think. So I'm gonna make like a little cap, or like right here I'm gonna do some more slip stitch ribbing here. So or should I add some kind of lace detail around here? I think I want it to be slip stitch ribbing also. I love that right there. I love that it's gonna have the green side too. See, I am seeing pucker here though, but also I don't really have boobs, so maybe that helps with some with boobs for room. I just want to see what it looks like with drape, and it could, like with a wash, I mean, like the drape, what it's going to be like with a wash. I don't know. I kind of really like it. I think maybe I put too many, because I put all the decreases around the, or like I had to double up because based off my stitches on this, the stitches around the neckline were more than the stitches around the body here, or the actual neckline on the body, on the panels. The slip stitch ribbing neckline had more stitches by like 12 stitches. So I put all of those up front here and I made it all even in back here. So maybe I should have split it up all the way around instead of putting it all here. And maybe, because I feel like you could see where it pulls, where it's pulling at each of the places I doubled it up at. I like it. I like it. It's decided. I'm moving forward. I got the sleeves attached. Oh. It's not really sleeves, but I've made armholes is what I'm trying to say. What was I even talking about there? I don't know, but how cool is that detail? The dogs are just as excited with me. It's perfect. It's perfect. On that note, I guess I gotta go and try to work on some of this ribbing here and ribbing here. Wow. They're excited. I'm excited. We're all excited. Okay, I wanted to try this on without a shirt. So, and I just couldn't wait to get this ribbing done on the sleeve. Like, I should have waited till I got one sleeve to get like a real good fit idea, but I also wanted to see if like, did I want to add more of a sleeve? But I kind of like, this is like t-shirt level here, right? So, oh my God. Y'all, it's happening. Like everything is going well. It's everything I wanted it to be. What? I actually like that. I like the wide neck here. I actually like that. And then this will be just enough when I add like the bottom band. I don't know if I want to make it like similar thickness as these or if I want it to be like chonky, like a big, huge one. And maybe, what if should I split it here? Like have a split here where I just do like one of the slip stitch bands here and then one of the slip stitch bands in the back and then it has a little split here? Or should I just go all the way around? Like you're going to answer me, right? I'm already going to have made this decision, but, or should I just go all the way around and have it like a proper t-shirt? I feel like it's probably more unisex if I just go all the way around versus like splits. I feel like are more of a feminine vibe. I can't stop. I can't stop. Like this is going to be great. You guys, oh my gosh. Say what? Am I cool or am I cool? I love it. Yeah, you know, there's ends. Ends. It's not quite done. I think I'm gonna put it in the wash and see how it reacts. But either way, love it. Perfect. Y'all, I totally even forgot to come onto this video and talk about how I threw this in the washer and the dryer just fine. The instructions on the yarn label say that it's just fine to do. And I will say we're safe. Nothing happened. It didn't like change dimensions or anything. It got a little bit more slinky, but everything's still fantastic. And so I spent the entire day writing this into pattern form. I'm just about to, I weighed like this last bit of yarn. I have a food scale and I weighed the last bit of yarn here and I'm going to enter in the yardage that I used. I've now decided too that Carrie of the Wandering Yarny is going to be my permanent yardage estimator for me. So I will send her the finished dimensions and how much the finished object weighs, and she's gonna do deconstructive math to figure out how much each gauge swatch is, and then come back at me because she has a beautiful spreadsheet where she can spit out the numbers to tell me estimated yardages for all the sizes, because that is the thing that stresses me out the most. And she loves numbers and I want to support her tech editing skills. So she's just going to be I'm just going to have to hire her for that as my permanent person for that. But I'm so thrilled that I went ahead and spent the day writing up this pattern. Now that I'm thinking about it too, I also forgot. I need to go in there and add about seaming the neckband on. How did I do everything else except that? It's been a very eventful day. This is not all I've done. So I want to get the yardage in though, because I've ultimately decided, because every time I release something, I swear the opposite yarn craft asks for a similar rendition. So this is crocheted, so I'm going to make a knit version. And I always say I'm going to go back and do it, and I never have time for it. But I have enough yarn. I've got, like I showed you, this much, and then I've got a whole nother thing of lime. And I've got 2 black and 2 white. So that's knitting also uses less yardage. So that's tons, I feel like, enough for me to make a knit version. Yeah, so maybe I'll call for testers on both of them at the same time. But I didn't want to lose what's in my brain, since I didn't write a lot of notes. In my brain, I wanted to get it all on paper, virtual paper, and then I can start on my next design. So that's that. And right now it's like 4 pages long, maybe? Yeah. I love it! Oh my gosh, I feel so accomplished. Can y'all believe that it has been nearly a month? Like, what day is today? Yeah, nearly a month since, actually, I say nearly. A month basically on the dot. I can't get my brain right. It's mush because I finally graded this, which doesn't give me enough time to call for testers because I legit only have a couple weeks. So fortunately, my friend at the Wandering Yarny is going to help me with tech editing, and she's great at the maths. So I just know it's going to be perfect. As you can see, I did end up taking the neckline out because with it in, I felt like I couldn't read my work that well. And in the process of grading, I realized somehow I ended up doing more blocks on this side and less blocks. I've been calling them blocks. I've been calling them boxes. I've been calling them squares. These little boop, 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 those, okay? So I did one less on this side somehow. And I really just don't want to take this out just to add that back in. But that would help also with the seaming of the the seaming of the neckline. And I just feel like my neckline before was not as smooth as I'd like it to be. So seaming it again, I think I'll have a do a better job at it. But I think I'm going to leave mine with the 2 different sleeves. My sample's going to be a little funny, but I did correct the actual design. And it looks like it's going to be 5 pages. I'm happy with how it worked out, I guess. I'm really not interested in grading. It's like the worst part about designing the computer work. Like, I'd rather be making, and I love seeing other people make my makes, but doing the technical stuff is just not my jam. I'm that type of creative person. I don't know if I want to make do another picture. I have to do more pictures. I have to do another photo shoot, but I feel like I love this for my thumbnail. But I do have to take some for Lion Brand themselves. So I think that we're going to be at the races soon. Hopefully by the time I have to submit for this release. I thought that this past weekend we would. So I guess it's good since I took the neckline apart. But yeah, so hopefully when Jeff gets his new race car that I could take pictures with this like at the track. So it would be really cool. Really cool. I don't think I'm going to do anything kind of fancy pictures, but I have like the best iPhone. So I can get some good quality photos, I think, through that. It'll be great. And I think I'm going to start on the knit version very soon, but I do have another design to finish and another design to finish in testing, and I also committed to like 3 tests. Oh, I also have my temperature project that I haven't even shared yet. So, and my knit crates I need to share. I'm full. I got a lot of things to do, but my brain is all scattered, and I wish I could do them all like at one time. Where are my clones at? Okay. I redid the neckline. It's nice to take breaks from projects to refresh the brain. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me before to do this. So I started seaming again, and I felt like I was doing bunching by skipping, because I skipped some stitches to try to evenly get it to go around. But I still felt like I was getting some bunching. And then it just dawned on me, and I undid it. And then I realized, you know, when I closed and made this a double brim, and then I had to single crochet around, why don't I make the single crochets equal to the same amount of stitches around the actual neckline? How did I not think of that before? So that's what I did. I redid all of those single crochets around the neckline, and then they're perfectly even. And now I'm getting the exact neckline that I wanted with no puckering whatsoever. No puckering at all. It's so good. But my sample has, I think this side, is it the left side? Maybe the right side. One side doesn't, oh yeah, it's this side has more of the blocks, one extra, and this one doesn't. This one's shorter. I don't know how I ended up doing that. So this is like one of these should go up here. I could have taken out this ribbing and gone back and fixed it, but I fixed it in the pattern. My sample is not going to be that way. I can't wait to take final pictures of this. I totally forgot to record a slow-mo, but I just had to come on here to finalize this and say, I feel like a rock star in this top. And it's done. So I didn't weave like all the ends in. I wove in like some of the neck parts that might show, and the sleeve part here, and then obviously the bottom parts, anything that was dangling. So there's a few like in the inside here and like in the sleeve a little bit here. But nobody will ever know except you that I just told. It's okay. But I did it just so I mean, and it's washed. I did it just so I could take pictures and no ends would hang out. Anyway, that's a wrap, and I hope you enjoy these pictures and this design.